So this is question 50, and in this question we're asked which of the shapes we're shown here can we not make using 4 of these L-shaped pieces. So let's start with A. How can we fit 4 of these to make A, or is it impossible? Well, we can put the first one here, and then you should be able to see that we could fit 3 more like this to make up A, so our answer isn't A. Why don't you see if we can do something similar with B? So to make B, we're just going to take our first one of these L's and see where we could put it. You might automatically think we'll put it here. However, you can see that this leaves a little square at the top, which we cannot fill with an L, so this can't be correct. So where else would we put it? Well, we could then try slotting it down here, and this actually is going to work. So if we put this down here, now we can see that we can use the remaining 3 L's to fill in the rest of the spaces. So let's do this now. Our second L is going to be rotated round and put in here. And we can do the same thing on the other side, just in reverse. So pause the video and have a go at doing that now. Okay, so there is our complete shape for B of how we could fit them together. So have a go at doing C now. You might be able to use some of the things you used in B to do a similar thing for C, because it's quite a similar shape. We've got this rectangle here, so have a go at doing that now. So this is how we've formed C. As you can see, it's actually really similar to B. We've kept these where they are, and taken this and just rotated it round by 90 degrees. And then these squish in a bit to get this. So it's actually really similar. You can use the same ideas you used here to form the rectangle and then slot the others around it. Okay, so have a go at doing D now. So for D, we're just going to take our first little L shape. It's not going to be very useful to put it here because we're leaving trapped regions where we can't fit another L. So we're just going to slot it into one of these. This shape is nice and symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which one you slot it into first. And then we're just going to take the others and try and fill in the rest of the space. So let's take our green one, and we can see that we can rotate it around like this, and it will slot in here nicely. And now we've got a nice symmetrical shape. So we can do the same thing with the red and purple on the other side. So we take our red, and we don't want it that way because that won't work. We want it like this, because that's going to give us a nice L-shaped gap for purple. So our final purple one is just going to slot in here, rotated round in there. Okay, well now we've shown that we can make A, B, C and D, and so we must know that the only shape we can't make is E. In an exam situation, when you can't take these shapes and rotate them all around as I've done, there are a couple of things you can do to make it easier. So you can use different colours so that you can distinguish where the L's are, rather than doing it all in monochrome, which makes it a lot harder to see what's going on. And the second thing you can do is draw out these L's 4 times, but in the 4 different orientations. So draw one this way, one like this, etc., in different ways, and that way it will be a lot easier to see how you can fit them together to make the different shapes. You can also think about building some basic shapes first. So for example, in these 2 examples, we use the rectangle shape first and then worked around it. This won't always work, but it could be a good place to start.